The most rare Germany Reich stamps of value. The two German Reich stamps of the year 1934 depict the faces of two people who have become very famous in the world. The first stamp, with a value of 2 Reichsmarks, a former currency used in the country, depicts the bust of Otto Lilienthal, a pioneer of German aviation, who became famous for being the inventor of kites capable of lifting some heavier objects or people into the air. He did a lot of experiments and tests, dedicating his whole life to flying. In fact, behind his bust, you will see one of the biggest kites that he invented and personally tested. The blue 3 Reichsmark stamp represents Ferdinand von Zeppelin, Army general and designer of the famous Zeppelin airship, used extensively in the 1900s for the transport of goods and people. Behind his bust, in fact, the avant-garde flying vehicle, the Zeppelin. On both stamps there is an inscription under the face value which translated means German airmail. Today this pair, kept in perfect condition, is worth $300. These 2 blocks of 10 pieces from 1945 depict the soldiers of the German Nazi army. On the left, the bust of a soldier of the SE army, that is, he was part of the frontline combatant assault unit. On the right, the other stamp depicting the bust of an SS soldier, military volunteers very close to the Nazi ideology. In both pieces, you will notice under the image the inscription in German which translated means Great German Reich. Today these 2 blocks are worth $350. The series of 3 pieces of the 1931 Polar Journey recall a unique event in the world never reached before, a journey that lasted a week from 24 to July 31, 1931, where the Zeppelin airship is protagonist. You can glimpse it in the background that it is en route with departure from Berlin, destination Norway. A path intended to test the behavior of the airship in Arctic conditions. To the left of the Zeppelin is the translated inscription, Polar Voyage 1931. Under the borders of the planet's hemisphere. On the sides there are several writings in German and the various nominal values, 1, 2 and 4 Reichsmarks. These stamps with the words America and Europe on the sides are worth $475. The stamps of illustrious men, 1926 to 1927, depict the faces of various famous people. You will notice their name imprinted next to each face. Poets, doctors, philosophers, writers, musicians, who have been part of German history since the 18th century. Of various face values and colors, some of these stamps today are worth a few €100, but if you own the full set you will have a value of $480 on hand. The 1933 Wagner stamps represent illustrations of the musical works of Wagner, a German composer and conductor who lived in the 19th century. Musical art developed at the end of the 18th century. In these stamps the image of the theatricality of his musical works is expressed, understandable for those who know better the musical artistic world. Today this entire super sought after series is worth $840.